Greetings and salutations!
Greetings, peoples. Our story begins in the court of the king. The advisor is concerned. The mages are fearful. The head of the magic ministry is in a coma. What could cause such turmoil? Yes, it is clear now. On the island of Freymore, the governor hasn't paid the taxes. So the king sends his special agent to investigate. We arrive at the island and meet with Brill under cover of night. The undead move most freely in the dark, but Brill tells us to find him during the day. Faustine is our pretty, decaying hero. She lacks a nervous system and lungs which protects her from venom and from airborne viruses. She can subsist on month-old bread and polluted water. Soon after landing in Freymore, we meet Sheena, who could guess the role she will play. Lurking around the village a little more, a local lord asks us to locate his other half. This could pay well. Think of all the stale bread we could buy. Now, we have already been to the tree cave, found a mirror, and been given a curious amulet, which improves our environment magic. We've fought our own kind in the cemetery and gone into the crypt, cured Matras of Corona, and raided the smuggler's storehouse. We then returned to the town to report our success. And finally, we met the recruiter. He seeks a boy named Onan, whose key distinguishing feature is his brown clothes. I find this man unpleasant, but we will try to unravel his task. Just beyond the town is a beautiful, carefully tended garden. We'll stomp all over it, appreciating its vanishing beauty. Venturing further on, we run to a few smoking hot archers. Each one leaves us some gold. We're quite exhausted after so much action, and have used up our last potion of mana, so we won't insert ourselves into any holes at this moment. Instead, let's replenish our potion supply. We just found a particular reagent with which we can make a potion that I can only assume will allow us to levitate. We don't feel particularly confident that we can brew this potion, but, you only live once, and we've already done that. Let's see our beautiful new potion. It makes our stuff lighter. The punchline was my entire existence. I awake at night, which comforts me. We hang around the nearby swamp until morning. This small village is inhabited by goblins, and apparently they catch some of the best fish around. No one is answering the doors, but we might talk to the boy over there. I feel like he turns into a goblin at night. The lad smells of fish. We tell him about the agent recruiter. The boy is scared. He says he only wants to be a fisherman, but he knows of a girl who really wants to be a hero. He also says that the recruiter kidnapped him and posed as the boy's father. I must make a choice now. I could pay the boy to come with us, or I can agree to find this girl he speaks of. The recruiter's actions are despicable, but that doesn't really bother me. Parting with 200 coins, however, makes my unbeating heart skip a beat. I quickly agree to help the boy and talk with the girl instead. Before continuing much further, we best remember to make some more miracle juice. I didn't realize the flowers we pulled up earlier could be used in alchemy. I feel like tempting fate. I know what 3 reagents has the potential to make, so let's toss the dice. Success is sweet. Greed fills my thoughts. Let's roll again. Nice. One more time. Oh. Well, I guess you can't win them all. Well, we'll also make some normal mana potions. And even an antidote. Now we can move on. Defeating another Amazon earns us a precious prize. Maggoty meat. Delicious. We slap a few more flesh bags. And ascend to level 4, improving our alchemy. Nice. Let's distribute points and rest once more. We return to town, get insulted by a child, bless said child, and then he tells us about his mom's rabbit pie. As we attempt to culturally enrich him with our club, he turns into a butterfly and disappears. Feeling somewhat spooked, we take a seat and look out on the harbor. Then we remember Sheena. She needs no convincing to join the recruiter and become a hero. Our conversation indicates that she would be better suited to handling herself around the recruiter anyway. All we need to do is bring her an outfit from the boys' Brown collection. We soon reach the swamp again, but Onin is not to be found. He must be in goblin form. It's still early in the night, so we'll have to do something else until morning. Let's go to the forest of the Seri. But first, let's practice our alchemy. Maybe one day we can make gold into lead. Anyway, boosting our magic resistance seems like a good idea, since our dusty bones crack if a wizard says too sharply.
Greetings and salutations!
We rob a few more robbers and arch an archer, then investigate the red cabins. We meet Sheila, the wife of Lord Bogar, who appears to have found greater satisfaction among the handsome outlaws. Since it's nearly morning, we return to Onin. We tell him of Sheena, and he agrees to spare his clothes. Onin then turns into a butterfly and disappears. We try on his clothes, and then return to Matras to get yelled at by Lord Bog. Then visit the mayor and get rewarded a second time for curing the village of Corona. We also mention that we already know about the smuggling that the mayor hadn't even told us about yet. Next, we go to the tavern and purchase some fresh fruit and warm loaves of bread. We also note that Jose can teach us to be more persuasive, though he didn't convince us to join his class. The tailor claims that even worms avoid us, but this fresh fruit says otherwise. At the pawnbroker, we learn a ranged spell. At the magician's, we learn a protection spell. And now we return to the Fisher Girl to deliver the disguise and finish this story. With a new outfit and a new haircut, she's ready to go. I'll be honest, I used the spell of foresight before returning to the recruiter. Apparently, lying is difficult when your convincing smile makes crows drop dead out of the sky. We will consider our options and return later. Let's venture out to the forest again. After resting, we meet Dran. He has a book to read us, but after convincing him to stop talking by gracefully clubbing him in the stomach, we agree to help. Once he gives us the key, he disappears. All that is left to do now is drop into the chasm. Trying to open the gate with a club is a bit overzealous. We casually immolate the first 2 rogues, then take their lunch money. Around the corner is the storeroom. We'll use the key we got from Dran to open it up. a brief discussion about the difficulties of fitting into society. Then I set their cloaks on fire. In the storeroom, we find the most well-written book in the game. But there are more interesting things to read around here. Around the other corner is the level 2 storeroom. Hopefully we can untrap the door without testing the game's ragdoll physics. Let's try our new missile launcher. It doesn't even explode. Back to burning. 2 more pleasant chaps. Now we'd better hide by the entrance and rest. We find a highly valuable crust of moldy bread. Then we traipse straight through some traps and reach the end of the corridor. I knew it couldn't be a dead end. I guess we can jump into the pit. Or hang a rope over it. In the alcove are 2 light weapons. I only like dark weapons. Maybe I can alchemize them into gold later. On the other side of the mystical door barrier is another door and some levers. I don't remember seeing any hints, so I guess we'll just guess. Another couple lads, you know what to do. And there's the 5th rib on our ever-growing cage. Inside, there's a regrettable spellbook, a handsome statue, another spellbook, a pair of wands, a 3rd wand, and another well-crafted statue. It is time to investigate the last corridor of the main pillar. This place is pretty eerie. Good thing I'm already dead. We speak with the shaman and have no choice but to look in the mirrors. We again speak with the aged wizard, and here we can promise to help him or openly defy him. I am a level-headed undead, so for now, I will agree to help him. He orders us to find 3 magical skulls. And here we get a clue about his power level. He wasn't able to properly summon a monster, so he put up the magic barrier. We'll investigate that first, after bothering him another minute or so. Down the stairs is a one-eyed demon. Let's see what kind of constitution he possesses. That seems pretty tough. Get rid of the remainder of his depth perception. Let's summon a cloak of rocks. For a 9-foot tall stack of jack, he hits like a little archer princess. My flame trick doesn't seem to hurt him, but something tells me lightning might work. Conveniently, we just picked up this lightning wand. Instant level up. We now get the first skull, a book about mental clarity, and your mom's, the beast's barbed wood, which he was hammering us with only moments ago. In the lair is a healing pedestal, a fountain of wine, and a mysterious spell book. Now we'll leave this smelly dungeon. After a bit of walking, we run into some of the Cyclops' second cousins. Let's warp back to town. where we'll gather some information about enchanting. If I imbue all my enchantables with Fortify outfit, I'll think about it. We still need to somehow convince the agent recruiter to take the girl, and to that end, I might elicit the innkeeper's expertise. But 20 persuasion isn't enough. And the thought of spending double skill points on persuasion makes me want to vomit my undead guts. Let's rest. Then, use our shiny new spell to enchant a short bow. Now, I don't wish to enchant a bunch of weapons with persuasiveness, so let's buy something from the tailor. Or let's find something to do for 4 hours first. We head back to the crypt to get George Washington's head. Interesting to note that the storeroom has been walled off since talking with the mayor. Now it's morning. At the tailor's, I already know what I want. We enchant a brand new cloak with a dazzling smile. Wearing both items, our persuasiveness is now at 26. Finally, we return to the recruiter with confidence. Truly a remarkable day. As a reward for our troubles, we are taught some basic appraisal and persuasion techniques. Who knows what the next adventures will hold?